Thanks for joining us. I'm Chris Tanaka. This WBZ News update begins with a big political announcement.
Hello, I'm Scott Brown. My life began here in New Hampshire at the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard. Since then, I've had a lot of different titles: a soldier, senator, coach, husband, dad, and the Republican that won the so-called Kennedy seat.
Former Massachusetts Senator Scott Brown running for Senate in New Hampshire. In a campaign video released this morning, he slammed the direction of the country under former President Biden and New Hampshire Congressman Chris Pappas. He's also running for the Senate seat, which is currently held by Democrat Jeanne Shaheen. She is not seeking re-election. Brown served as Massachusetts Senator from 2010 to 2013. He's also the former U.S. Ambassador to New Zealand. A rescue on the North Shore. 3 children ages 5, 8, and 13 were pulled from the water right off the coast of Gloucester. Firefighters rushed to the Annisquam Yacht Club around 7 o'clock last night. We know one person's in critical condition, still waiting for details about the rescue, including how they ended up in the water. And we're learning more about the decision to postpone the Boston Calling Music Festival next year. Mayor Wu tells WBZ Radio the festival is taking a gap year because of concerns about other big events in the area. She says there'd be too much strain on hotels and sponsors between the 250th anniversary celebrations of our country and the FIFA World Cup. Boston Calling is expected to return in 2027. All right, time now for a check of your forecast. Here's Jason.
Temperatures will be sent soaring yet again here, Chris. Another day of dealing with a heat advisory. Temperatures feeling like the mid to upper 90s and nearing 100 degrees before we start to tiptoe towards a little bit of wet weather moving back in. We'll be smashed right between two boundaries, closing out Thursday, moving towards Friday, and certainly by Friday, moving towards Saturday, which means our Saturday will be wet yet again. Not a washout by any means, but we're expecting steady periodic showers for our Saturday. Temperatures, though, will be behaving themselves. However, until then, high pressure is still guiding a lot of the heat across the country. Nearly 24 states dealing with heat alerts yet again, including the Commonwealth areas north, south, as well as west, including Metro West and also the town of Worcester. As we look at sort of the average climate data, okay, for this time of year, 79 is our average daytime high. 95 is the record for today. Yesterday, we hit 102, making the first for the month of June in the city of Boston. 87 feels like it's going to be another great day for the South Shore beaches there. Cooler beaches because of a steady onshore breeze, but inland areas will be the hottest throughout the course of your Wednesday. Again, with those heat index values in the mid to upper 90s and nearing 100 degrees. Much cooler by the tail end of the week, but also wetter as well Friday into Saturday. July emerges on Tuesday with temperatures climbing out of the lower 80s into the mid 80s by Monday. July 1st on Tuesday carries with it more heat and humidity, and also allowing for a storm threat for the afternoon, Chris.
All right, Jason, this has been a WBZ News Update. I'm Chris Tanaka. Have a great day.